Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. This thing on. Think it is. Welcome, welcome. Howdy all. And if you're the playback crew watching this, thank you for being in the playback crew. Today we'll be tackling a little bit of the event quest, which I think this is the first piece of content that I've had where Kabam has issued a public apology prior to me actually starting the content. They're basically saying that the thing is a little bit borked right now, that the entire thing is, you know, a little bit half-baked. Even though they spent 3 months cooking it in the oven, it's a little bit unfinished. And speaking of unfinished and a little bit half-baked, this is my first time live in, I think, literally 4 years. It's been a hot second. So my mic might be a little bit messed up. My audio levels might not be perfect. It might be a little bit scuffed, but I'll definitely be watching this back. So hello, future me. I'm sorry you're having to listen to my voice. Well, additionally, I did buy, so let me just hide this apology real quick. I did buy a new iPad, basically exclusively for streaming MCOC. So I have my phone, which I do most of my recordings on, but with my line of work, I am sometimes needed very urgently. So there's a chance that I just drop off a stream because something catastrophic has gone wrong, and I just need to hop on that ASAP. So if for any reason this just ends, it's because something broke somewhere, and I'm the guy who has to go and fix it. So given that heads up, given that little bit of disclaimer at the start of this, in case, you know, I say we're gonna do the whole thing and then it ends up being you know, half-baked. But yeah, this thing is apparently gonna be quite the adventure. Additionally, because this is a brand new device, I quite literally have nothing on this iPad except Champions. So if something comes up and like the screen gets a little bit buggy, there's a chance that there is I have a replacement on there. So again, just giving that heads up and that disclaimer. Worst case scenario, can always switch back to my phone, but I might be playing that a little bit close to the chest. So yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking into the Elder difficulty. So from what I understand, this thing is champion and class locked. So the first one here is Mutant, so it's based off of Seeing Red and Biohazard. The more bleeds we get on us, the more Fury. So, oh, I did get very lucky, and I pulled Silver Samurai from the free crystals that they gave us for the Thing event. So I didn't quite whale out. I didn't go full whale mode on that one, but yes, I do have them. Usually I like to start these out with the 6-star version of the champions to like give myself a little bit more wiggle room, but I've heard from multiple people that it's quite deadly to do that. Also, this is one of the first times that I'm playing on this iPad, so the form factor might be a little bit off. I pinky promise I'm good at the game. So let's see how this does. I've heard bad things about the attack rating being relatively high for the poisons they give you. The block damage is definitely something. And I think placing Blade on this path is a little bit mischievous because, you know, all those blades feed his power drain. Let's see if we can get some Platinum Pool boosts going. Just might be a better idea to get the special rotations going. Gotta make sure I don't give this guy a special 3. Jeez, yeah, he does hit like a truck. Damage is nice. I know that there's a few tricky matchups on this lane. I believe the next up is a Spider-Man Sorcerer Supreme, who I'm very excited to take with Onslaught, 'cause Onslaught will... Oh, shouldn't have hit into his block. Onslaught will shut off his miss, so I'll be able to just rock rifle soon. Alright. We're up to 8 of those personal fears. And the bleed's actually regenning us for quite a bit, so even though the chip damage is quite significant, I don't think that we're, you know, running into issues. I'm running 1 point in Coagulate, so I believe that it follows Omega Red rules, where it's a 90% reduction, and then the 10% reduction from Coagulate takes it into 100%. Ooh, thank you for that, Wolverine. Let me try that. How is that? Egg on my face. But yeah, I am running 1 point in Coagulate in order to make it work. Yeah, thank you for your feedback, Wolverine. Let me know if there's anything else off. This is the first stream I've done in almost 4 years, if you can believe it. It's been a hot second since I've pressed that go live button. Let's just get a prowess. That should probably cook him. There we go. I was expecting a little bit more block damage on that one, but you know, it seems like 6-star rank 5s are fine to go. I'm going to use Onslaught for this because of his anti-miss. It's just much better to do. And to be honest, I have a ton of boosts currently expiring. I want to say it won't hurt to just throw in an attack and health boost. Just a quick refresher. The opponent, or Onslaught can't miss if there's a Neuroshock on the opponent. Oh, yeah. There's a Neuroshock on the opponent, but at what cost? Alright. Let me get those bleeds on myself so I'm able to regen some of this. Jeez. Honestly, I should be going for those special 2s, but all the hits off the special 1 are better chances at bleeds. So it's a little bit cheeky. I should have not done that. But we're regenning a good chunk of that damage back up. And we're keeping those Neuroshocks on our opponent. So we're always able to make sure that we have a good chunk of health ready to go. And there we go. Cooked him nice and easy, even though I did, you know, flub the opening a little bit. Fix-It is fine. He does quite a bit into block though, so I don't want to start using all of my rank 4s, rank 3s instantly. So let's run up Iceman, and if he does chunk into our block, we'll be able to heal it. Ew. That is a significant amount of chip damage. Hopefully we're able to get a little bit more fury before everything comes down. And see if I can keep him to a special 2 so we're able to regen off of it. God, that block damage is something. Unfortunately, this is the issue with Fix-It. We're getting everything reversed because of how he works. Oof. Thank you, Ice Armor, for making sure I don't instantly die. Let's keep that trend up by not instantly dying to that. But I do have quite a few revives in the overflow, so if I do have to revive, it's not going to be the end of the world. And worth noting here, Sinister kind of sucks for this node combination. He is very bad because when you launch a special attack, it purifies the bleeds off of him instead of actually, you know, giving him the ability to transfer it onto the opponent. Let's just throw in Domino for Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. Oh, I am fully expecting to have to revive a bit for this. Oh. Let's see if that comes quite literally instantly as soon as I say that. Oh. Totally thought I had my Dazzling Dash up. Tempo should be fine. Come on, give me a bleed or something. Thank you. I don't mind if the energy vuln pops off before I drop the special, because I think it'll do enough damage anyway. And look at that. It did. Oh. Sorry. Might have been a little bit loud there. I could use some regen here. Okay, looks like we had our first little blip of the connector. I haven't been paying too much attention, but if it's been glitching out, let me know. I have spares of pretty much everything here. If you start shrugging everything, it's going to be quite annoying, but... Oop. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. Sorry, that completely distracted me. Like I said, quite a few revives in the overflow. I don't mind spending them. That million health is certainly quite a bit. Oh. I have completely forgotten the nodes that we're currently facing and just hit into his block. Let's see if I can just lock in and wrap up this. I'm giving him so many debuffs, it's going to be a little bit of a hard sell. It's going to be purifying, I believe, quite literally everything, and a single hit into block will kill me here. So I'm going to see if I can keep him to a special 1, even with the increased power gain. There we go. We're at our 10. And now all bleeds on us are just free healing, as long as I don't use any specials. I could hit 2 his block there. I think the unblockable triggers before the Biohazard has a chance to do anything. Oh. Well, I think I should get a revive count on the screen at this point. I wonder if it's chill for me to just attack into his block while I'm unblockable. It would make sense, but I don't know if I want to risk it. Yeah, we're risking it. And that was a mistake. That was a mistake that I will make continuously again. And alright, I think that was just unfortunate cooldown timing. Not a fan of Spiral here, because that's just going to be so much block damage. So let's see if we can go Sinister here, maybe regenerate a little bit. Just make sure everything is good here. 2 Cosmic, 1 Science. Would have liked a Mutant, but beggars can't be choosers. At least I have good block proficiency now. That's 16. Dancing Blades are up, so basically don't use a light attack, I believe it is. So looks like we transferred 3 of the degens because we were still operating with the thing that puts the bleeds on us. I'm gonna let her just, spiral around for a second while I regenerate a little bit of health. Never punished. Sometimes punished. Thankfully, Sinister does have the ability to just transfer that onto the opponent with his special one. I never know what the Kabam folks be thinking. I imagine the test accounts that they do these on are quite stacked, but I haven't had content that needs revives in a hot second. I know I'm a little bit of an outlier of the normal player base, but like I did Wheel of Fate first week, and that's like, and I like struggled through it, but not struggled. I have like 20 plus revives. Point being, I don't know what they're currently thinking. It's definitely needs some more time in the oven. I think the whole reward scaling with Prestige was the main thing that they focused on, and that the actual content, the actual difficulty of what they'd be doing to get those rewards was kind of just pushed off as a byproduct of what they needed to do to make the Prestige scaling work. Because you'll notice in the streams and when they talk about these things, the focus is always on the Prestige scaling. It's never on the actual content that they're doing. It's the rewards that they currently have. Alright, don't push them to a special 2, please. Being a little bit greedy here, but thank you. Yeah, I think the big trick that they were trying to do was to make this content like scale rewards wise, and weren't really thinking about the difficulty of it. I do feel like we walked back to the original iteration of the Valiant EQ here, though. It's you got the portals that they removed in the first iteration. They got the single champion selectors. It's all kind of feels bad. Hey, what's up, Chris? Nothing much. Just trying out this content that Kabam has publicly issued an apology for before it gets walked back at some point, I believe. All right, that was kind of stupid, but we roll. Yeah, Colossus, since his buff like way back when, is super fun to play, but you know, you can't exactly parry heavy against Crossbones. Oh, speaking of which, if you guys don't know, there's a chance that you guys have Silver Samurai for free. I didn't spend a ton on the web store track, but if you rank up a ton of Saga champions inside of the thing that gives you a free 7-star thing or a selector, there are grace crystals inside of here. And you can get, 5 shots at 7-star Silver Samurai. I was lucky enough to pick them up. So it's pretty good. The way to cheese this event is either by auto-fighting using Saga champions or ranking up 6-star Saga champions. I did quite a few of those. I was able to push up that milestone relatively quickly. It's nothing too crazy, but, good rewards. All right, let's see if I remember how to Deadpool X-Force. The answer seems to be kind of. Also, how are the audio levels? This is the first time I've streamed in quite a bit, so I really haven't had a chance to go back and check the audio levels here. So I got the first time chitters. I don't want to play Apocalypse on these nodes, man. What am I thinking? Who's my next opponent? Sure. Barely hear the game now. Okay, well that's not good. Let's crank that up a little bit. I'm making marginal changes. Yeah, I liked the second and third iterations quite a bit. Well, actually not the third, because the third is the one where we had to constantly refresh the it was the swap 3 champions for one, or it was like swap 3 champions for 2 fights, and I never knew exactly what champions I should be swapping in, or I would put in 3 ringers or 3 very good champions, and then it would never pan out exactly how I wanted it to. And it was, very very frustrating to have to think, oh yeah, I gotta have a 2-star dummy in here, or I'd trade out a champion and have it be I'd use a very good champion for the swap out and then forget that I shouldn't be doing that, or something later on. Plus the whole doing it multiple times thing, I'm not a big fan of. At least this one seems to be just a single path. If it were multiple, I would wonder where on earth those variations went, but seems like it needs a little bit more time in the oven. Gonna raise the game sound a little bit more. Is certainly an alliance name. Not sure how deep I want to go. How many more fights do I have? Is it worth holding on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6, and the boss is someone that should be not taken with the... I could probably just Thanos this. Yeah, when they started introducing that cross fight that made them, like, instantly die if they entered again, I just... What I really want to see them do is something with the synergies. Or, like, something where every single champion has all synergies unlocked for them. But I know that's a long shot. Yeah. Truth be told, I don't know really how to use this guy. I know the second medium gives combo meter. And I know I should be using heavies to counter heavies into specials. Come on, buddy. And I know it's up until 80, and then the max payout is at 100. Let's see if I can bait him into throwing it while I'm not at all standing near him. Whatever. Oh. Yeah, I agree with you completely, Chris. The mutant one here is, a little bit cheesy because I have a point in coagulate, so I'm not taking the bleed damage. But I don't think you should be resetting your masteries from monthly EQs. It's so... that's insane. Like, that just shouldn't be the norm. I'm going to go ahead and use my rank 4 Omega Red here. I'm basically never going to be able to parry against Electra. She has, I think, negative 80% defensive ability accuracy while I have debuffs on me. But let's see if this was a complete mistake. Oh, I am poison immune, so I can hit into her block. There we go, and now all of my attacks should basically be failing. So we're just going to have to put our heavy debuffs on after special attacks. Hey, what's up, Pete? Nothing much. This is certainly one of the EQs of all time, though. See, they issued a public apology for people who were... Well, not public apology, but they basically said they were going to be doing better in the future. But yeah, I think if they were to bring back the second version, it would be a little bit better. I don't think the Furies influence Omega Red's death field, because those are not that high of a number. Also might be because I'm using a rank 4 6-star, but it's all about perspective, you know? There we go, back up to the 10 Furies. I think we were ticking for like 74, like 75 a spore. Let's have those fall off. 79. They might be influencing it. If so, it was a super marginal increase. Great. Symbiote Spidey. I'd say I think Gentle's anti-evade does hit Symbiote Spidey, but just because of the nodes. No harm in trying. Yeah, I agree, Chris. It's, you know, these are all million health plus fights. It's kind of nuts. Oh, Pete, who did you rank? Dude, he hits like a truck. I do really enjoy Gentle. Oh, got a poison on me. Goodbye to 50% of my health. Got a little bit too in the zone there. God, he hits like a freight train. He's nuts. All right, Shang-Chi, America Chavez, and Sandman. All right, 3 fights. Do I have 3 highly ranked champions ready to go? I mean, basically. Let's do this for Shang-Chi. And honestly, Chavez is going to be the really bad one on this path, because she throws a few errant heavies, and then we're basically getting screwed. Dude, Cole, Bastion, Jean Grey, and Spider-Woman, those are all like... Dude, you're about to like harass some children in Battlegrounds, dude. You are set, my guy. See if we can kill him before this sandstorm runs out. Oh yeah, it was never a question. Yeah. Bastion Saga, I think Jean Grey's Saga, Spider-Woman Saga, were those all deal-based rank ups, or just like a ton of catalysts from the Rebirth Crystals? Because I cracked open a ton of Rebirth Crystals pretty recently, and I had so many catalysts in the overflow. I think I had like over 100. It was kind of nuts. All right, Chavez, just don't charge a heavy, okay? Can I trust you to do that? Look, I'm even gonna dex with my right hand, so you don't even think that I'm about to charge a heavy. Well, yeah, like, it's kind of late in the season, so I imagine a lot of the accounts that you're facing are not the most developed. Okay, just don't throw a heavy, Chavez. Please don't throw heavy. There's no reason for you to throw heavy. She threw a heavy. Dude. Okay, use your special one. Girl. There is no... Okay. And Domino crit failed her power gain. That's kind of funny. Okay, just don't throw a heavy again. There's no reason for you to. Okay. Now eat this grenade. We're in a heavy-free environment, Chavez. Don't even let the thought enter your mind. Go without the idea of defensive heavying. For I am not holding block or doing anything. I'm not in a hittable distance. Fortunately, she does crit fail her conversions on the bleed. Ooh, I just saw the screen bug out for a second. I'm on a brand new iPad that I bought exclusively for streaming MCOC, so I don't have personal text or anything pop up. So if there are bugs or glitches with this current setup, I have like spares of everything like lined up beside me. So if something goes really wrong, I'm not forced to like scrap it. Actually, who am I up against? Is Archangel dumb? Archangel is a really dumb choice for Sandman. I guess I'll just go Sinister. Dude, I had a streak last night, like around 1, 2 a.m. in Battlegrounds, where I just tore it up. I got like my 3 wins in very quick succession. No losses either at like Mysterium 1, Celestial 6. And I think that's, I'm going to be riding that high for a while. I understand exactly what you mean, Pete. Alright, I got my 10 Furies. I'll keep the, gotta remember to put a relic back on my 6 stars, especially when I'm doing this. Oh, Chris, how are you liking Voodoo? I didn't get mine awakened, so I'm kind of holding off on ranking him until I get an extra Mystic Gem. And I'm basically permanently saving a Mystic Gem for Magic, assuming that she can be awakened through normal means. But, oh. But yeah, I loved Voodoo. Voodoo was one of the MVPs back in the day. He had a permanent spot on all of my Mystic questing teams. Just so reliable with the poisons. Alright, let's see if I can do something sneaky here. Not really sneaky. He walks up to me and I hit him in the face. It's a pretty good strategy. Yeah, I think it's good to have in a fighting game. But the real trick with Sinister with these node sets is just making sure that you drop the special while you have the bleed still accruing on yourself, so you're able to actually get some degens on the opponent, and you don't all shrug them during the animation. Oh yeah, I imagine. I totally thought they were going to release him without any changes, because what is Dark Phoenix? Like, he just seemed like such a cookie cutter answer for everything that she has going on in her kit. Like, well, I guess the everything that she has going on in her kit is being hit and having debuffs, but I wasn't expecting that was lag on the iPad's end. That wasn't the stream. But I wasn't expecting a buff for him at all. I'm, of course, pretty happy that they gave him one. But I think the Brother Voodoo's SIG ability is still just so important to everything that he has. You know what? I'm just going to charge that heavy out in the open. What are you going to do? Modify Sinister's regen rate? That's what I thought. Actually, you know what? Let's just heal up completely here before I kill this dude. Second hit on the SP2 was dex by the defender after the first hit made contact. Oh yeah, I wonder if they like looked at these champions with the 60 FPS changes, if they've like, you know, fully checked everybody. You know? Because from my understanding, all those like times where a champion just kind of fails to fully respond to a special or dex is a little bit early was due to the 60 FPS change. And some of these champions that aren't meta relevant as 7 stars are, you know, they haven't been checked. So it's like, oh, well, what can you do? The answer is check them as you release them, but fortunately, that's our armor break gone. I want to at least pause the Furies. Or if it might be worth building up to a special 3 here. Yeah, why not? We're gonna just be chilling here for a second. Thank you, Thanos, for your wonderful easy heavies. Oh! Alright, that's the you are already dead charge, I believe. And we have to knock her down or hit her with a special. Awesome. I forgot exactly what we had to do to remove that, but I'm glad my last second guess was correct. I think it's knock her down. Oh. I forgot she has a combo meter permanently building on her. Maybe Thanos wasn't the best answer for this fight. Oh well. Too late now. I see knockdown and my mind instantly goes Thanos. Chris, are you sure that isn't just because of your SIG level? I know that, like... actually, I think the increase on Voodoo's SIG is flat, right? Like, it's just 50% all the time. Alright. Come at me, bro. There we go. Yeah, I should have gone special 3 from the start. Did I just get an achievement for completing a quest for the first time? I think I did. Black and some mutant. Oh, apparently the... I guess I can show this off here. Well, I kind of hate the fact that these rewards packs don't show you what's actually in them. It just kind of gives you a... like, vague idea. I'm like, oh yeah, there's something in there. It's all the Conqueror rewards. You know those by heart, right? And you're like, oh yeah, does it include the units from the Conqueror rewards? They're like, no, it doesn't. I was like, okay, well, it's the main thing I cared about, so... what else is in there? Do I now have premium crystals in my account? It would be great if you told me, but these right here, these ISO packs, do the exact same thing as that reward bundle. There is these selectors right here, but they're not these ISO packs. So looking in the reward milestones, when you get those ISO packs, they just go into your overflow. I think we just got a few there. But so if I go home and then I go into the stash and I sort my ISO 8 by expiry date, there's now a ton of these that just popped in there. And they're not uniform in terms of their distribution. So like that was what, 6 Mystic, 6 Tech, 6 Skill, how many Mutant, and no Cosmic? It's just weird. I don't understand what's included inside of those bundles. Additionally, scrolling at the very bottom here, it's like there's no Tier 1 Alpha in there. Yeah, Chris, I totally get you on that. I think it's... I've noticed some champions when they move up into like the 6 or like 7-star rarity, they're not quite exactly how I remember them, or I'll notice weird discrepancies, and then I'll get notified that, oh yeah, there was a coding change or some small edit that we made, and it completely revamps the entire champion. All right, so this one's science and cares about debuffs. Let's see how long. Ooh, is Sentry Poison immune? I don't think so. So let's not use him against A-Bomb. Feels early to be using Deathless She-Hulk or Hulk. Maybe just oh wait, yeah, Scorpion with anything but poison selected. Duh. Let's do Rupture. Also, I think my boosts lasted the exact length of one of those quests, which means they're all the same length, then it's 30 minutes a quest. So you had me for 3 hours. This has whittled down, so... God, Scorpion's just so satisfying to play sometimes. I really want to see him as a 7-star because he's just so nice. Like, just something about that special too, like just holding that heavy. It just feels like it feels great to have that connect. Yep, so it cares about debuffs. So let's go ahead and swap in Sentry for this Deadpool. I don't know if that many Cosmic Champions have big beefy regen pools outside of like Photon's one-time use. Count Nefaria has it pretty well. Yeah, there's a few champions that regen, but not that many. Tell you, I think Mutant has the best overall regeners, and then Mystic has a few good ones. Tech has like Zola and Sentinel, so like those are two that I use when, you know, we get really in the weeds. There's also the Saga debuff siphon, which I'm not 100% on. Also, I still think I shouldn't be hitting into block, but that's just a Mutant quest thing. Go, Sentinel or Sentry Lock. Actually, wait a second. Are there any, like, really difficult champions on this path that I should be saving someone for? Not a good idea to torch him. Oh, the menace of Unstoppable Colossus. Mangog, maybe. The champion, you know, can be handled normally. Yondu, Rhino. Both of these champions have gotten buffs, and I haven't really faced them at the highest tier of where they currently are, but I imagine just like a slow champion will shut Rhino down. I've heard not the best things about his buff. So, who did I use on Pergs? Doesn't have a fury effect. What's a good science champion that has furies? Oh yeah, it doesn't have to be science. Their armor rating for the duration of their special attacks. I forget exactly who I use, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Point is, I don't need to save that many champions here. So I don't mind just Cap Infinity Warring it. I know it was annoying, but not too difficult. Okay, that's good. If you've already done these, let me know, like, if there's a champion that I should be saving someone for. Like, I know I have eyes and can look ahead, but experience speaks louder than most things. We go ahead and just drop a special one, so I can get some debuffs expiring. Actually, is Fox bleed immune? Nope. There we go. Ooh. I totally meant to parry that. 100% at classic? From my understanding, you don't need to 100% classic. This is going to get real sketch right here. Come on, don't tick for crazy damage. Okay. I'm going to have to use one of my... I tried to get a little bit too cheeky with Cap Infinity War. Yo, what's up, United Hicks? It's been a hot second. It's been, I think, over 4 years since I last streamed. It's... Yeah. I'm competent and can be trusted with a parry-heavy champion. Dude, I am not critting on those special twos. It just feels so bad. I was under the impression that I didn't have to 100% classic. It was just do one run of completion through it, and then you can basically just do Elder difficulty, and it counts as the 100% of classic. I forget the exact wording on it, but dude, this guy's so tanky. Yeah, I'm kicking around, Hicks. It's unfortunately life is long and comes at you unexpectedly, and my job is very time intensive. I do, well, not time intensive. I do software development, so I should drop in someone who can heal here. Let's do Neff against Jugs. That's fine. But yeah, I have a few vids that I've like recorded, but I haven't had the chance to sit down and edit. It's been like, okay, I'll deal with that one later. Oh, Jugs, how I would love that weakness that you have on you right now. I gotta remember to parry those, or I could die. It's also a opportunity. Oh, yeah, I mean, I took a break from MCOC for like 4 years. It's, well, I think a little bit longer than that. It's been a... I'm forgetting how to play Nefaria. Build up the Psionic Overcharge, then use the special one to regen. And then don't be a fool and eat the blocked hits to your face. Really, do you think that completing Elder is less tedious than completing Classic 100%? I'm not trying to cast a specific judgment here. I'm just interested in your opinion. How long did Classic take you, if I can ask? Just kind of not worry about getting potentially hit by this special. That was totally an evade. God, I do not have Nefaria practice in. What are you thinking about branching out into, Hicks? Any specific games or topics that are... Okay. Let me lock in a little bit. Pokemon and some other games. Interesting, like the... Forgive my lack of knowledge here, but... Oh, playthroughs. Okay, I was thinking like the trading card game. I was like, okay. I play Magic. That's my card game of choice. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid who turned into a Magic adult, so natural progression. But I know the Pokemon trading card game is relatively popular. Who am I up against? Guardian. Okay. It's a... To finish Classic, it took a combined 2.5 hours to 3 hours minus breaks and not using my device. Okay, so I imagine that for a first-time exploration, it's probably about a third of that. And you have to sink that time in no matter what. So you're guaranteed an hour in the game mode for Classic, I guess. And then for Elder, it takes 30 minutes a fight, or 30 minutes a quest, I'd imagine. So we're looking at, what, a net time sink of 4 hours to get all those rewards? Not the best. No, it's better than the time sink that we had before. Just miss being able to auto the lower level difficulties. Oh, dude, you're telling me about the trading cards getting expensive. Magic is doing a Spider-Man set, I believe, later this month, actually. And there's these collector boosters that they normally have that are, considered creme de la creme. And those are normally, like, the high-end, really valuable, cards. And I'm used to them being $100 for, like, 3 or 4 packs. Oh god, this is actually going to be really annoying. And so it's, where was I? So it's normally pretty expensive for those packs. And Spider-Man came around, and it's one of these things called Universes Beyond. And the Universes Beyond stuff sells for like 20 times more. For like, not 20 times, but one of those boxes that used to cost $200 for 12 packs is now, I think they're selling for around $1,000. It's ludicrous. They're very expensive. It's this weird collecting mentality where these are all like speculative investments, and no one's, playing for the love of the game. We're gonna survive this, by the way, which I don't get how people are able to justify these. I do not understand it. Hopefully that shock doesn't tick us down all the way. My roster depth isn't the greatest for completing Elder. If I want to try and complete Elder, I'd be using rank 1 7 stars and rank 4 6 stars, which won't really hold up with the block damage. Yeah. No, I get it. It's definitely a very intensive quest. I feel like I've flubbed a few times, though, so all of my mistakes aren't necessarily... Oh, you know what? I should save Red Guardian for Rhino, because of the slow that he has access to on a special one. This is Unstoppable Colossus, so I guess I'll use 6-star Photon and try and get up to a special 3, do some regen. God, I can't believe every single one of these fights is over 1 million health. I know that like that's slowly going to creep up and be the normal, but it's kind of nuts. I don't have a striker on my 6-star Photon here. It's it's Unstoppable Colossus. If I have to use a slow counter for Unst, then it's gonna be a sad day. But if MCOC would be going on a down low, I don't want to lose the channel because I only did one thing. No disrespect to the greats who've been doing MCOC for a decade, though. I think I'm like half following what you said. I'm sorry. I'm trying to not die to Unstoppable Colossus. If I die to Unstoppable Colossus, I'm pretty sure I get sent back to like Stone 6 in Battlegrounds. Like it's just an instant process. They see me die to this guy and they wonder if something's wrong. Because both halves of his hull here are now completely reworked. So it's interesting to see. Hey, what's up, Vega? Trying out this Elder difficulty. I saw you were doing it a bit earlier. I swung by and watched it for a bit as I was eating dinner. How's your thoughts on the mode? I know it's I know how it's viewed by the community, and I have the apology by Mike pulled up on another monitor. Yeah, I never got to Elder. Ah, gotcha. Yep. I did classic mode on, I want to say the day it dropped, which is a little bit unfortunate because my prestige has gone up, I want to say like 200 points just due to all the Sigstone stuff and finally rank 4ing thing. But yeah, Elder mode is certainly something. These, I'm trying to not use health potions, but I mean, look at these things. They're quite intense. I took a few hits to the face early on in this quest, but it's not very forgiving at all. Oh, the debuff siphon for Torch is probably really good. Also, I should not be using God, I'm blanking on how Mangog works. Is it 5-hit combos that give him Enrage, or is it the second medium attack? I guess I could just look with my eyes. It's 5-hit combos. Okay. So Torch is actually pretty decent here. It would be cool if I didn't have to bait all these out. Let's go ahead and push him back a bit as he unleashes his... Oh no. Ooh. I forget that that's 2 hits. No time like the present to use revives, though. I'm not doing that quick heal. I got 20 of them in the overflow. Any good game recommendations? If that's at me, I've been playing a ton of Baldur's Gate 3 with my girlfriend recently. We're I think over a year into our current quest, like our current playthrough. Like it's such a big game. Can use a special while he has Unstoppable. It'll make the Unstoppable go away. Thank you, Chris. I've forgotten how Mangog has functioned. It's been a little bit since I've gone against the dude in any sort of competitive setting. Yeah, but Baldur's Gate 3 has been great. A lot of the games that I play are like not live servicey, but thank you for that, Chris. But solo games. A lot of my friends are talking about Silksong right now, and you know, the Hollow Knight stuff. I've been playing Peak a lot, and I've been playing a lot of purposefully very bad games for the sake of, you know, just playing bad games. I see my my screen capture buffer a little bit there. I want to maybe try just swapping out the USB connector that I have and seeing if that helps. Also, I think it's better to not use the flame on. Because his debuffs are what feeds the Furies, and I think I had 3 that first time around. Alright. Champion, Vision, truly competitive staples in this game. In the year 2025, you hate to see your opponent draft a 6-star champion in their deck. I don't... I guess, though, if this were a map of serpents and, like, dark phoenixes, I imagine the community wouldn't just be, like, mildly upset at Kabam. They'd be, like, asking for developers' televised apology. Alright, let's see if we can just move like Jaeger here. Alright. Should start to fall off, and we should start to see them all pass on. Well, they gotta make like a serpent special. Was it 2, where he just summons them out of the void? They'll appear at Summoner's Fest and just like have them rise from the ground. All right, looks like we got our concussion up. Probably should have landed the debilitate before then, but you know, I'm not the Luke Cage guy. I'm just a disciple of the things that man posts. And it looks like the concussion did shut off his fury. So that's pretty nice. Or the Unstoppable that he gets. I don't really know how to play Spider-Woman. I've basically been banning her if I see her at rank 4 on my opponent's decks, but I've I know she hits hard, and I know that she's an annoying defender who has Enchantress style hits. And I know that I should be light intercepting here, I believe. I did one action. Oh my god. I did one action. I was going to say I saw like a million debuffs pop up. Well, good news is I think the taunt worked. Bad news is he was at a special 3. Or was there a taunt? I don't know. I love Luke Cage first rank 4. I've been considering it. He hits so hard and he's such a good champion. All right. First up, we're gonna bait these. There we go. We're gonna remember that this vision is not SIG like 12. This is probably a SIG 200 vision. Who does have the capability to go red at an instant's notice. All right. All right, there we go. What are you doing throwing a heavy? I think he's over a bar and a half. So I think that's SIG 200. So we gotta bait out special ones anytime we see them. This lesson brought to you by CT experiencing these things the hard way. Or if you've already warned me about it in the chat, blame my lack of reading comprehension. It's something I do quite often in my personal life. Alright. Please don't have your thing go off right now. It would kind of suck. Thank you. Oh, there's a synthesis. There's probably some loop with Spider-Woman that has a better damage output, but I was just so worried about those specials, and if I'm already baiting them, then might as well sting them. All right, Rhino. Let's see how much of a defensive menace you've become. I know that they removed his ability to crit, and that now he's a sinister counter. After this quest, remind me to swap out my USB-C capture card. Or not USB-C capture card. You know what I mean. Alright, there's the slow. He might attempt to breach us, but I'm unsure of how that works with Red Guardian. I know that Red Guardian can block unblockable attacks, but I don't know if breach counts as unblockable. All right, let's detonate that real quick. Should let these guys expire on him. Did I actually get those Furies? Hello, hello. Is that Exo Larry OX? Correct me if I got your name wrong there, but welcome. We're chugging through Valiant EQ. Looks like we're getting not Valiant EQ, Elder, whatever they're calling it these days. Looks like we got a full heal off of this Rhino though. So it's like they buffed him to 2014 Hulkbuster. Go ahead, shatter my shield. Thank you. Oop. Well, thankfully, we've been so generous as to have a full health bar donated that it only makes sense that we give him a full one back. See if I can regen all the way back up to 100% here. Can I have your friend request? I'm not sure if that'll do much in game, but if you want to add me for Battlegrounds or something, I definitely can when that type of stuff comes around. Oh, I forgot that he goes unstoppable. Let's throw this, suffer for a little bit, build up back to our special one for the slow, and then we'll roll from there. Or I can be dumb. It's also a distinct possibility. I think I might have friend requests turned off, but want to say they increased the number of slots from like 20 to like, or from like 10 to 20 or something some time ago. Oh, I see the stream doing a little bit of lagging. Yeah, it also happens to the worst of us, so. You know what, let's swap out that adapter right now to see if it's an issue with the thing. It's gonna go dark for a second. Can I check my friend requests? Sure, I don't see anything because it would pop up as a 1 in the bottom left-hand corner, I believe, but there's quite a few. Which which one are you, Larry? Are you the MCOC Yoshi or something similar? I have them off just because of the that's certainly a name. Battlegrounds, Arenas, Incursions. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think Battlegrounds with you, I think, would be bullying. I don't think it would classify as a real competitive space. But if I do have a stream where I'm doing something similar, then I'd be happy to add you then, but I believe I'm full up on my social tab. Now I have 14 more I can go. Yeah, dude, I don't think we are at equal ranks of champions there, unfortunately. If you want to message me, you can do it in the chat. But you are a celestial demon, though. If you do routinely finish in high tier celestial, please let me know. I would love to do a lot of practice rounds for one of the upcoming seasons at some point. Also, I totally just automatically went with Spider-Ham there. Can you join my alliance? Unfortunately not. I don't get to make those decisions. That's done by MSD. And we also have some pretty strict minimums. In terms of battlegrounds, oh. You probably are able to do better than I'm doing in this fight right now, though. Yep. Ask MSD, please. I could let him know. I'll forward it along. Oh, I saw the entire screen go pink there. I don't think it's an issue with this adapter. Let's go ahead and just swap back to the old one. It might be an issue with go back to there. I don't know if that's interfering with the audio anyway. Yep, I think I've signed myself up for a very stupid matchup here. Spider-Ham is very squishy. Yondu cannot be parried, and I believe I'm in for quite a rough ride here. BGBLS is your favorite alliance. Yeah, but is it because of all of the members in it who make it a whole, or is it because there's some YouTubers in there who you like? I don't even know if it's worth entertaining that discussion. Ooh, I will tell you that that stifle is healing us up quite a bit. Both, yeah. The be all end all, huh? There's some cool peeps. I think currently we have Nagase, Seaton, Captain Bay, who's like a real OG. I stayed in an Airbnb with that dude once. Fantastic guy. He was one of the only people to upload vlogs of like New York Comic Con back in the day, and he's like the only recordings that we have of those. And it's been a hot second. Yeah, stop by their streams, support them. You know, learn from them, level up your account, and you know, well, things are a little bit more straightforward, then we'll be able to do it over. Yeah, 300k is our minimum for the Battlegrounds Alliance events. Looks like the node set on this guy changed. Gonna do a full combo and just like let him chill. Yeah, Hex, I think you have a pretty well leveled account with a few rank 4s though, right? Do I have Hector's friend request? Yeah, I was gonna say we're relatively chill. We don't do Alliance War or Alliance Quest 2 competitively. I think there's a pretty long wait list right now for us, but you know, if you want on it, shoot me a message over Discord. My Discord handle is ct.gov. It's that's ct.gov. Yeah, happy to put you on the list, and that goes for anyone. Just fair warning, it's very rare that people leave the Alliance. How many fights we got left here? 4? If I have Hector friend request. I can check, but yeah, I'm gonna probably stay out of the social tab for a little bit. Just focus on Elder difficulty right now. Just see where it lands after that. If you're serious about wanting to apply for the Alliance, you can shoot me a message on Discord, or message one of the other mods. But be happy to put in the word and get you on the wait list. But that is not the purpose of the stream today. I don't know if Hulk's Fury's expiring causes the Traumas definitely does. I believe it's in the description of some of my other videos, Larry. There we go. That's all the Furies that we need. Should have probably just gone for it. That kills. Yeah, I wouldn't describe us as competitive. I think we're like bronze 12 or something, or silver or something in Alliance War. We don't take that too seriously. Yo, what's up, Sans? But yeah, I left the game due to Alliance War just being too stressful. I left in like 2021. I was in 4 Loki, and it was just like, such a brutal time to, like, miss an intercept and then you flub. It's just like this awful time of letting down like 29 other people when there was like 1 or 2 deaths a season. All right, speaking of missing intercepts and flubbing, let's lock in for this. I'm gonna let those expire. Should probably let a few more expire. Maybe just stick to special ones. Yeah, I think I'm somewhat competent at the game sometimes. And the issue is when you play with like so many people who are so much better, or like are at that echelon, who have been playing, high tier war for like the past 10 years or however long they've been running Alliance War, it's difficult to catch up, and each death just feels so much worse than the last. This is my first in 4 years, Sans, so you haven't been missing anything. It's been a hot second. Also, which reminds me, if my audio is bad or if there's a volume difference between the entire thing here, it's please let me know. It's I also have a brand new iPad that seems to be going through the ringer here. So if there's any stuttering or screen crashes there, it might be a issue with the bitrate that I have to configure on my end, or an issue with the many adapters that I have laid out in front of me. So, you know what? Should I use thing for perks? It's more the screen than the sound. That's what I figured. Gains 90% block proficiency. The bonus block proficiency is reduced by 15% for each full bar of power the attacker has. So block to gain power. Have Furies, block to gain power. Don't use special attacks in succession. Yeah, I have it on a super low latency right now, so you guys should be like popping up relatively quickly, but I think it's causing some stuttering issues and packet loss. If you know what those things are. And so, hoping to get some regen off of this dude. But I recently took my thing to Sig 200 rank 4. So this is a very, very beefy guy. I want to do something silly. Right here. Now, he's Sig 200, so if he hits me, I should take 0 damage. I did not take 0 damage. Looks like it tried to convert it into the unstoppable, and the protection never triggered. Hulk was a solid option. Overseer works, but concussion shut down the node. Anti-venom works. Leader and Spider-Venom, I believe, also work. Cool. I think I'm going to use a non-science champion for it, because that final swap node should be everybody, I think. For Purgatory Boss? Yeah, I gotcha. All right. I'll check that after the stream, Larry. I guess it didn't specify a Fury buff, right? It was just Furies. He said the thing. Fury effect. All right. How long am I streaming for? I'm probably going to try and do the entirety of the Elder difficulty. Any difficulties unseen. I say as there's probably a dropped frame in there. Yeah, it's just Fury effect, not specific. Wonderful. So thing could have worked. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, sit back, grab yourself a beverage of your choice, hopefully non-alcoholic if you're watching children, and enjoy. I'll be here for a while. I gotcha. I was talking with a few people about, you know, video games in general recently, and I was like, yeah, I've played this little dinky mobile game for, you know, the past 10 years of my life on and off. Like, and they're like, oh, why do you keep going back to it? I was like, well, it's characters that I like. It's, you know, here's the thing, and a wide variety of other things. But the number one thing that I could attribute it to was the community. MCOC has great rapport. Like, I love, you know, like hopping in people's streams and it being so small that it, like, we all know each other. It's great. Like, I think it's really cool that we have this little community, this little hub. I don't want to just like rip a champion into Pergs, because I have a feeling Pergs will shut most things down. What would be what are my current science options? Not very many. Do I want to just rip rank 4 Hulk? Is this rank 4 or is it like rank 3? That's rank 4. Poison Immune plus Furies? Sure. Rank 4 Hulk. 6-star. Why not? Worst case, I have to use a few revives on it. But should work a treat. Be careful of block damage. Yeah, Hulk is a little bit squishy. But Perk Special 1 is a lot of hits, though, right? Well, thankfully, I can just wait to build up to, Yo, what's up, Kurd Bros? Should probably lock in for this fight. I'm a little bit lower ranked than I should be for it. So, please give me a second. Just go ahead and check chat. Trying to not embarrass myself too much here. There we go. That's not the most damage that I've ever seen. See if we can shoot her up to a special 2. I truly don't know why I'm going in after these specials, but I gotcha. She can't hit me back when if I go in for an attack, she actually, like, the animation for her evading is longer than the time it takes for me to like get hit with an attack. So it's basically free spacing. I'm currently just worried about being backed up against a wall right now. There we go. Saw a shout out in the chat that I should be going for the special 3 cycle. Let's try it. I don't know how Hulk works, and I'm pretty sure that was a mistake. Well, but yeah, see that? She can't hit me there. And look at that, with a rank 4 6-star Hulk. Might not have been the cleanest, but was still able to get it done. Yo, what's up, Curd Bros? What's up, Celestial Hub? Appreciate the tips and tricks in the chat. Happy that we're moving through this. It's not as brutal as I was expecting it to be for them to, you know, issue like a public apology about it, but yeah, that one, I think I had to just use the one revive on spam. Yeah, with all the fear mongering that I was hearing about this thing, like, oh my god, this is like worst content released. It's Wheel of Fate, but a monthly quest. Like, I'm not feeling that super hard, but I will say it's a little bit overtuned. Like, I don't know if my bar is like, I think I'm used to using revives. Like, well, not that I'm used to using revives. It's just I usually feel like I don't like have to. I saw some people talking about this quest though, saying that there was just a lack of options based on the nodes. If it's the tech node that's been around for forever, it's the one that power drains on, or gives Furia on power drain. That's can be an issue. I agree, Sans. I actually have it saved as a file named Michael Apology on here. Jump scare. I like how it calls it a passionate feedback for the adaptive event quest. Actively working on adjustments for next month's quest. Both classic and elder difficulties will be tuned to offer a more balanced and enjoyable experience. It's a way to say that they're lowering the health pools next year. I don't mind giving him max analysis. Just got to keep him to the special 2 here. This guy is very chunky though. A Warlock's a horrible matchup for this dude, actually, because he can't be armor broken. Yeah, give me a second to regain my senses and pick a champion that I can actually use here. Seven-star destroyer. He's pretty good. He's like a very selectively good defender, mainly. I know a lot of people swear by him on attack, but as a defender, he goes unstoppable when he dashes in. So he can be a rather annoying defender. But in my mind, he's basically defender first and foremost. Oh. All right, let me just parry you a few more times. Guardian's a good shout for Sentinel, though. Yeah, I backed out of that one quick, Celestial. I was like, no, this guy sucks. I'm signing myself up for like a 30-minute fight on the first path of the quest. What am I doing today? Level 65. Oh, a few more days until level 65, I think. Oh. I might just give this a retry. I should be able to do this with full health. Yep, I'm aware, Chris. I tried to do that one time, and it did not work, and he glanced the hit, and I just got more armor. Let's see. Did work that time, though. Very happy about that. Come on, give me something else. Yeah. I don't think he was at max analysis when I did it for the first time. So. Kind of don't want to restart this a third time. I don't know about you, but I've seen my fair share of punching on sentinels. God, this is hopefully the skills. Oh God, no, it just barely didn't. Thankfully that did. Am I gonna be the first one to level 70? Maybe. Who knows? I'm sure there's someone out there pushing as hard as I am in some other region of the world that I'm just wholly unaware of. Oh, who should I rank for next? Gallon, Guardian, Bullseye, or Adam? What are your focuses? Like, are you looking at Battlegrounds? Are you looking at I guess Battlegrounds is the only thing I really know, but semi-recently. Let's try out Solvark. I also barely know this dude's rotations, but he's a big beefy dude I can slap on defense. Questing and some BGs. Okay. If you're unaware of them, it totally makes you first. I like the logic, but it's not quite how it works. All of your sports ball teams claim world champions when they win an American League. It's a good way of thinking of it. Alright, we're at max charges. If I remember correctly now, I switch modes and I mash block. And I switch mode and I mash block. Yep. And I switch mode and I mash block. And I switch mode and I mash block. Am I getting it right? Am I rotating correctly? Oh, I forget the striker button is completely broken. And I switch mode and I mash block. I need to push so much in BGs tomorrow. Oh God. Hicks, are you going for like brawl, or is it just like a general fear that you have about just pushing in BGs? And I forgot about Toad's natural stun. I switch modes and I mash block. No, I'm in diamond. Okay. I switch modes and I mash block. Dude, I keep on mashing striker, or like pressing the striker button. I keep on forgetting that it's not at all working. Yeah, I'd also go Gallon or Bullseye. Bullseye's just such a good BG's defender, especially if you're not at like the tippy top. He can just be such an absolute menace where it's at a low level you draft him and it's just basically an auto win. Switch modes and you guess it, I mash block. Alright, I'm gonna switch modes and I'm gonna mash block. Hey CT, just because you asked, there hasn't been game audio for most of the stream. Okay. Thank you, Wolverine. Let me figure out what I'm doing wrong with Solvi here. And then I can go ahead and address that. I do have to learn how this guy works, but, you know, not doing too bad. Seems like this fight is taking a while now. Yeah, I'm just playing Solvark incorrectly. It's user error on my end. Okay, I see that MCOC is coming through with audio. Just go ahead and take a look at the monitor. Hello? Ooh. Valiant Adaptive Quest offer tier 3. Take a look at that in a second. I quickly disconnect this and see if I can fix that audio. Please bear with me here. I basically bought a whole new iPad for just this. Hopefully the game didn't immediately go down while we were while I was doing that. All right. That is certainly something. What am I doing wrong here? I hear like a ticking noise. That certainly isn't the right thing I should be hearing. Give me game audio. Geez, I'm almost level 65. Yeah, just don't think about how I got there. Don't worry about the implications. Just it's a cool level to be at. I might just have to shut this thing down and then restart it. I'm not exactly sure why it would be preventing the audio from transmitting. I think I have a shoddy cable somewhere in the system, which is why I bought extras. Oof. Looks like the sound FX is related to a ticking. That's not good. Alright, I am blaming my iPad. So, I'm going to take a quick intermission to just fully power this thing down. Which is a thing I know how to do. Which is a thing I know how to do by holding the power button and the volume button. Works the same way as an iPhone. But yeah, I have honestly no clue on how to play Solvark. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. But while I'm waiting for that to come up, here's the apology that Karate Mike issued about the adaptive event quest difficulty. Which, you know, we've been doing this with some rank 4 6 stars, and I have a pretty well-developed roster, so I'm not sure I feel this as much as some other people, but yeah, I definitely am feeling it. I've heard that to play Solvark, you just switch mode and mash block. I'm glad we're on the same page about that one. Also, looks like it's not charging, so that's kind of concerning. Worst case, I switch over to my phone, which has always been an option and will continue to be one. However, I want to see if I can make this thing work. It'd be cool if it did. Difficulty and failure. Yeah. Many such cases. All right. Is this thing charging? It's not. That is its own concern. I'm not hearing any audio, so we're going to very quickly just switch over to my phone, which I should have done when this started failing. Of course, I plug it in and it starts charging immediately, so it's specifically that adapter. Did I turn it on at the wall? No, actually, the power to my entire house has been out. I'm talking to nobody, and there are ghosts in my walls. You all are not real. I have been hallucinating this entire thing, and nothing is real anymore. There is no power in my house. I have no power as a person. It's all fine. All right. But speaking of voices that I'm about to lose, I believe in order to make this work currently, I need to cut out chat, which is its own beast. All right. I got Do Not Disturb on. Hopefully there's no tech difficulty. Oh, that was like Eleanor in The Good Place. You just figured everything out. Dude, Sans, don't joke. What if it's true? Please excuse my live editing and inappropriate cropping of this wonderful game screen. Ghosts. Smile. Yeah, of course the ghosts find the ghosts' comments funny. That's a wee bit small for a game. Let's go with that. How's that for size? And let's also worry about the fact that the audio is still not working. Oh my god. I'm sure it's fine. Actually, this is my phone. I know exactly what the issue is. It's because the silent mode is on. And then if I just go ahead and quickly restart this app. Sorry for the technical difficulties. It's been a while, and I kind of suck at streaming. Oh, but Sans, it's been a hot second since I've seen The Good Place. I should watch that again. That was a good show. It was a good show. All right, come on, give me the sweet sound of taps. Uh-oh. I heard the exact same audio thing that I heard before. All right. You guys are unfortunately are trapped here with me, as I am trapped here with you ghosts. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the HDMI cable, which does the audio routing. Please excuse me for a second. I'm here for it. Tech Talk is kind of hot. Give me a heads up for when you're going to do a stats and math stream, though. There'll need to be special preparations. I'll lay out the blankets just for you, Sans. good tech guy. I think I'm more science personally. I had to be something. All right, I don't see the chittering on that. Well, this type of stuff is breaking. Only one thing to really do. Truck on despite it all. And I miss having chat on screen. So, I'm bringing y'all back. All right, and of course I've resized this a million times, so let me just bring this back to how it was before. Perfect. All my session timed out? You don't say. I'm gonna attempt to break up the monotony of just my voice with a little bit of music that I of course have. Oh, there's 12 of you in here? That's kind of nuts. Tell me when this gets too loud. That seems fine. Hicks, I think you've been here a bit. I should really be launching my special ones with Future Ant-Man for the Extra Furies. Oop. Thank you all for bearing with me as I go through some little technical difficulties, but we're back on the up and up. No, you don't. You better not special through me. Okay, thank God. Alright, end of the first path. That one felt really quick. It was just 2 fights. Okay. Are there any specifically difficult fights on this one? None of these particularly stand out to me except the long shot, which can be a little bit of a bother depending on what we bring. That's the best Hicks, though, where you're just able to farm it up and it's just quick matches back and back. Or one after another. I don't know if this counts as difficult, but Black Widow OG just failed my parry the entire time. It was annoying. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Alright. I did notice Karina is back there now. Also, please note this is an incredibly stupid way to play Zola. And should only be done under really dumb circumstances. Alright, let's lock in before I just die to a errant special. I figured I was going to be regenerating up to 100% no matter what, so. Why not have a little bit of fun with it? Alright. Alright, Zola, do your thing, and that thing is regenning. Oh, or that thing is getting hit in the face and then regenerating all the damage that you take after it. Look at that. Almost a clean, minty health bar. Clean bill of health. And the only trick is... how do we actually deal damage to this wonderful, wonderful Lady of the Spider? Alright. Let's see if that debuff siphon has any effect on the meaty health pulls that we'll have to do here. Evade all you want, Silk. It's only a matter of time with Zola's special one. How on earth do I get killed by this guy on defense? His hands are made of a soft putty. I feel like this man has no attack whatsoever. It's like I'm playing with a 3-star. The only thing he has is his incredible sustainability and his dashingly good looks, if you're into TVs. Oh, tried to do a little bit of a strategy there. When you got all the disintegrations from the heavy, you had an unblockable. Could you use a special one and place more disintegration for a bit more damage? Gotcha. I'm gonna try and just go up to another special 3. It's probably like, I want to say 80 seconds to regen back up to full now, but it doesn't matter. It does matter. It does matter. I regret my decisions. Okay, cool. Wonderful. I'm regenerating 96 health per second. That circle is the moon, and it takes multiple months to complete a full cycle. I regret using Arnim Zola in any meaningful capacity. Alright, now it's time to, I guess, use the True Damage King 6-star Green Goblin. I filtered by tech in a tech-only quest. Yeah, no, he's gonna stay there for a while. I would say he can warm the bench, but he's a robot. He can't even do that. No, not here. Ihulk is poison immune. Well, he's not Incinerate immune, and Incinerate is part of the super bomb, right? Is he poison drain, or is he power drain immune? Because I swear I should have gotten one by now. I don't understand where any of this is coming from. Can I get a single power drain? Well, I got a super bomb before I got a single power drain, because the fury that I got was off of the super bomb, which includes a power drain. I'm not misremembering a part of Immortal Hulk's kit, right? Like, he can be power drained? Am I just getting super unlucky? What am I witnessing here? Yeah, he's a chunky guy, but like, Green Goblin's magical finger blasts must get to him somehow. Dude, I'm like signed up for what originally happened before we figured out how to reverse healing in Labyrinth of Legends. Am I missing something? Honest to God, what's is Green Goblin's little zappy fingers like ineffective against the green skin of Hulk Immortal? Do they share some sort of green synergy? Like, this is absurd. I feel like this is not how this works. Oh, I see the screen has gone completely pink momentarily. This is never a good sign. It should be going completely green. Guess it's 40% zero of the time. It's like, what are the statistical odds of what you're currently witnessing? I guess if Green Goblin was bugged, who would report it? Like, I know like a diehard fan of every single champion, and well, that's a lie. The one champion that I don't know any diehard fans of is Green Goblin. So, you know, if there's a bug with him. Said you would warn me before statistical chat? No, this isn't devoted entirely to it. This is like pre-stat. This is the warm-up. Every single one of the 5 Furies that I currently have, I've earned through Super Bomb triggers. What is... I must be missing something in the kit. Oh, God. Okay. I was going to say if I die, at least I can read the kit and figure out exactly where on earth I'm going wrong here. What are the odds that I know how Green Goblin's kit works? Low, but there's a chance. This has to be such terrible RNG. I borderline just call it. This can't just be RNG at this point. Right? It can't be. There has to be something deeper here. Because if it were each special being 40%, and I've launched 12 of them, and 2%, yeah. But not this is actually Black Widow's 3% chance. This got coded in the incorrect place, and it should be where her chance to evade went, and the 40% is actually pointed at the wrong one. Oh great, he's immortal. He's really living up to his name. Oh, you're saying if I know it? Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna look. Green Goblin Special 1 inflicts a weakness. Green Goblin Special 2 inflicts a Incinerate on the blast, and the final hit inflicts a poison, I want to say. And every blast of the Special 1 has a chance to power drain, and his signature ability gives him the ability to trigger every single Pumpkin Bomb effect at the same time on a single champion. And then there's Madness and Cunning. Madness and Cunning charges are gained through different avenues. Madness charges are gained from either parrying or being struck. Cunning charges are gained by crossing bars of power. Cunning charges reduce the opponent's ability power rate, or not ability power rate, combat power rate, and Cunning charges give regen. However, their effects are only active if they have the highest number of stacks on Green Goblin at any given portion. So if you have 3 stacks of Cunning and 4 stacks of Madness, there are no Cunning effects. It's only Madness. When they are tied, it gives them to both. I think that's most of his kit. You mean it's not 100% chance on Madness on perfect blocks? Yep. And then the regen on block. 30% less damage on special attacks. Bag of Tricks, special and heavy attacks. Oh yeah, his Incinerate is on the special, or on the heavy. 20% chance to incinerate. 40% chance to power drain. Okay. I do not know where this dude's... I don't know. It has to be a failure of the regen, right? It can't just be a... Power of it. Does that confirm that I know a little bit about the Green Goblin's kit? All right. If I was gonna say if that special 1 power drained, it would have been so funny. Green Goblin's a champ that could use a tune-up, like a full rework, maybe next time they do some sort of big Spider-Man thing. But Chris, I'm casting doubt on the notion that you use Green Goblin. I think Green Goblin is completely bugged in the current moment, and that Green Man cannot power drain at all. Or maybe it's a node? Is there anything on here that would... No, there isn't. I don't know what was causing Green Goblin to not power drain. Four 717 39. Okay. Maybe it's the hurtful words. Are you saying that if I'm very nice to Mr. Goblin, he'll He'll actually power drain. It could be worth it to try. You never know with those guys. Oh, well. Not completely dead, but should have been. Come on, Red Skull, you can do it. Crit on that special attack. See, encouraging them does nothing. You have to be mean. They need to increase the defender's attack and health. This is too easy. I don't even want to know how long I spent in there with Green Goblin. I don't know if this is... I think it's my fault for using Green Goblin. However, it would be nice if the health was a little bit lower. No, I think like 300% attack and health boost on top of what they currently have would make this the perfect piece of content. No notes. It's just succeed right here. Hopefully I'm above... I think I was at 20%, so I'll get the regen threshold with iDoom. It's like endgame content crazy for monthly EQ. You're telling me, honestly, if this was like a normal quest where we didn't have to like swap out champions every like fight, I would be like, yeah, you know, this is kind of reasonable to have these Labyrinth of Legends style health pools here. But it's not, and it's, you know, not the case. It's these health pools are just gross. Maybe if we healed every champ changed. Maybe, but like having more health doesn't really do much here. My issue is the just length of time. Like, because I am in here for like forever, man. Mike puts out another statement. We've heard Derek's opinion. And due to him, we've determined the content is accurate. And we're going to be here for a while. We're actually increasing, putting a 600 health and attack node on everything, and giving them all the champions unnerfed nodes. And you do have to parry and dex all of their special attacks at close range. Ow. I forget how that siphon works. I don't know why it didn't pause it there. I got a low power mode and it just told me to eat sand. Which reminds me, why isn't this thing charging? It might explain the random blips of lack of connectivity there. Yeah, that's a smart move. I should be using Guardian for War Machine, right? There's no other big meaty energy damage champions on this lane that Guardian would have been a better use for, right? There's certainly no other champions like that currently present on this lane. And it was in my best interest to use Guardian right here, right now. We've made the known bug where you reset the fight after winning a feature. It's incorporated directly into this quest. It's a truly amazing quest design, Sans. It's like that one April Fool's quest where they had the what was it? Portals that randomly teleported you. And it's like that, but it's a 85% chance you have to do the fight over again. Hopefully 2 special ones are enough to kill here. Maybe if I were a little bit more diligent about my parrying. Oh my god. Can you not? 85% seems low. Yeah, I agree. 93. Ooh, we're getting all generous with it, huh? I love Guardian. He is truly one of the champions of all time. Oh my god, a single rupture from War Machine was ticking for 1200 damage. What year is it? When is War Machine a defensive threat? Like something I'd say after like a stroke. High health pools go for the special 3. Yeah, I know. I was trying to cheese it a little bit. I'm too Battlegrounds brained. I'm so used to special 1, special 2, completely wiping the opponent out. All right, we're up against a beefy Black Widow. Well, if her parries are gonna fail anyway, might as well get some kinetic charges out of it. Oh yeah, United Hicks. He's a great champ. Suspiciously large number of our parries are succeeding. Oh, well, apparently me holding block isn't succeeding. Which makes up for the difference. Oh, they changed the icon for guaranteed critical hits. Everyone knows what that means. The champions next month will have a champion that has guaranteed critical hits. There's that. Whoa, there are 2 3%ers. Truly my bad. I did not expect Black Widow's 3% to come up as often. A mistake many of us have made many a time. I feel like I should go buy a lottery ticket. Well, no, it happened with when they reworked the... Oh, what's his face? The buff immunity icon? Dude, I'm scared when she goes up against the wall. It's like her abode, her place of residence. She'll take you back there and do unspeakable actions against that back wall. She has become Quake, the Quaker of man. She wants me to go over to her. I'm not letting it happen, Black Widow. You can't 3% me twice. Well, you can, and you quite literally just did, but I mean, you can't do it twice, 2 revives in a row. I'm wising up to your tricks. Can't fool me. You can resist ScarJo. You're a stronger man than I. Or, she costs $40 a wall dex. 40 units of wall dex. And, frankly, I'm not a fan of the offer. Gonna say if I hadn't fallen victim to her 40% ways or 3% ways, 40% is Green Goblin's chance to power drain. I think I would have gotten up to a full Shuri 100 stacks of shock there. Oh great, Misty Knight. And push her up against the wall like 700 times. Well, good luck. Good luck surviving that. I don't think there'll be much left to tell. You're going to be 3% of the man you currently are. Oh, interesting to note. I think she was failing the shock, like, nodes, like, refresh when I would hit her. That's kind of alarming. Oh, great. Misty Knight's famous, incredibly high energy resistance coming in clutch yet again. Mechanic that we all remember Misty Knight having, and is exactly why I brought Starkey in for this, of course. All right. Oh. Well, let's see how much health I can get back up to. Unfortunately, not over 50, so Spider-Man Stark Enhance is going to hit like a fish in, fish out of water. Alright, come on, kill. Is this Persona music? Oh, I tried to refresh the shock and I got my shock refreshed. I was like, oh, I gotta love tap or block. I was like, nope. That was me, not you. Alright, well, had to use a revive somewhere. 6%. How many fights do we have left? I don't know. This is going to be a race to the bottom. Am I going to complete this quest, or is my iPad going to die? It's a interesting conjecture. Place your bets now. Payout is 2-1 on the iPad dying over CT finishing the quest. Okay, I'll gamble. Yeah. There's also a 3% chance that he just gets instantly killed by Black Widow. That's always present. I think you'll finish, I believe. I appreciate your hope, Hicks. Sucks because I gotta take this back to the drawing board and see what I can do with, you know, getting something that's functional. Okay, it's long shot. Because I want to get back into streaming. I like hanging out with you guys. Yeah. If they're a little bit scuffed, they're a little bit scuffed. But I would like them to be as not scuffed as they cannot be. And frankly, I miss Brian. Oh, jeez, that hits so hard. I guess I gotta keep him to a special one. Oh, I got the battery pop up and it did not pause the game. That's nuts and a thing I didn't think could happen. believe right now I die when he throws the special 2 because I have the bulwark that pops up. So as long as I don't get clipped by a special 1, I should be good to go. With the bleeds, or I could just get hit by his heavy, or by his medium. You know, because this is time sensitive. Let's check on a few more boosts. Come on, come on. And this is going to hurt. Or it's not, because he doesn't have 5 good karma. Haha. I know how Longshot works. Yeah. I hope he's doing alright. This one, however, I cannot dex. I think. Maybe I don't know how Longshot works. That's a secret. Maybe I don't know how strikers work. Believe in what you know. Heart of the cards and the stash of revives. That's what I got. Best I can offer. Now, should probably save a heal block champ for that green goblin, because that's going to be a very big nuisance. You know what, I can just warlock him. I'll use Sentinel. Actually, get a good revive. 4%. Alright, heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. Bad idea to heavy her, because it's just going to give her more charges. And if she parries me for any reason with any amount of charges, I am so screwed. Oh my god, my ability accuracy, because it's Nebula against a robot. Guys, I am unversed in the large number of RPG interactions this video game has. Why'd she have to hold block for 1.8 seconds? Now half of my kit doesn't work. Alright, tell me this sticks, though. Please give me the revive. Alright, thank God. Just realized launching a heavy with Sentinel against Nebula is one of the worst things you can do, because it causes her to turtle up, which gains her charges, and it inflicts a shock, which also gains her charges, and her charges reduce the ability accuracy of mutants, or not mutants, of robots. So it's really just an awful combination. Let's cook you up. I will be right back. Someone is knocking at my door. Maybe Liz an interesting champ. I believe, or I agree with you wholeheartedly. Now, I have 3% and 4 fights to go. Let's clutch this up. Do I have time to think? Yes, I do. Am I even reading the nodes on these champions? No, I am not. However, I should be. Interesting. Just full sending that into block. I don't know why I forgot how Prowler works, but please give me a second. "36 Furies. "37 Furies. Goodbye. There we go. That's why we invest Sig Stones into Prowler stocks, because they keep on going up. Alright, let's... I guess Bastion? I know that there's an ideal rotation to him. I have not personally learned it. So please bear with me. The tech boom, right? I know it's built up infection. Then drop a big meaty special one. forgot about kinetic transference. Oh, my bane. Oh, no. I was trying to close that out. I forgot that she gains power by hitting into my block. Reading the nodes explains the nodes, but I am illiterate. That's so unfortunate. Well, I started this with 20 odd revives in the overflow, and we're down to 12. So, you know, not quite the freest content in the world, but we're making it work. But I also don't know how to play the champ I'm currently using. Surely that's fine. And that would be my iPad dying. All right. Well, this was a good first attempt at making this whole thing work. I would certainly say. Let's find someone to raid. That was a solid 2 hours, I believe. Not a little bit more than that. A little bit more. It's closer to 3. So. Happy I was here for most of it? Of course, Hicks. Happy to have every single one of you. And hopefully next time it's a little bit less scuffed. Alright, I'm not sure. Is anyone else streaming right now? That's a... tough pill to swallow. Let's... Oh, Dizzle is online. Not sure I've heard of him. Oh, Imbalanced streaming. Oh, well. Let's go raid Imbalanced. Where's my chat? Here we are. Raid message maybe of... It's time. We'll see how it is from there. All right. Or hashtag I lost. Whatever you prefer. All right. Sending you guys all over there. See you later. Have a go on, guys.